So do you also regularly conduct training sessions for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create GoToTraining Registrant on Elementor Forms submission. So with here I'm running a business and we regularly conduct training sessions for the same, and we use Elementor to gather the details of our registrants. Alright, so now what I want is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Elementor, automatically with the help of the same form submission details, the registrant should be created in my GoToTraining account too. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Elementor and GoToTraining. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this tutorial, I'll demonstrate you how to set up an automation to add registrants to GoToTraining whenever a form is submitted in your Elementor. This seamless integration eliminates the need of manual data entry, ensuring that all submissions from your Elementor go instantly registered into your GoToTraining platform. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start with a really simple example. Let's say that my name is test user and I want to register for this training, which is get started with PHP. So I'm just going to fill in this form and click on this send. Alright, and yes, you can see your submission was successful. So now I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account and we're going to go towards the registrants of this training, which is get started with PHP. I'm just going to open the registrants, and over here, yes, you can see a new registrant is being created. You can see test user, the name and the email which we entered, which is testuser55@pabblytudes.com. And yes, you can see that test user has been registered right away automatically without any manual efforts in real time. So this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then for that you have to watch this video till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is GoToTraining and Elementor. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we are going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are just going to click on this button which is create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create GoToTraining Registrant on Elementor Forms submission. Elementor Form to GoToTraining, and then we are just going to click on this create, and as soon as we are going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. Alright, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Elementor because I want that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Elementor, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm just going to search for Elementor and then we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new form is submitted, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we are just going to select the same triggered event, and as soon as we are going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are just going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Elementor account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what we have to do is, first I'm just going to copy this webhook URL, and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying sign into your Elementor account. Locate and edit the form you wish to integrate. Within the form settings, navigate to the actions after submit section. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Elementor account, and from here we have to choose the form for which I want to create this automation. Alright, so this is the form for which I want to create this automation. So I'm just going to go towards edit with Elementor of this form. Alright, and as soon as we're going to come over here towards this form, we have to select the form fields right from here. And now from the left side of the bar, we just have to close this form fields section, and over here you can see the section of actions after submit. So you have to go towards this section, and over here for the add section we are going to look for webhook. So I'm just going to search for webhook, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And as soon as we're going to add an action of webhook right over here, you can see webhook appeared right over here too. Alright, so I'm just going to open this webhook right from here, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So what we're going to do is we're just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here in the webhook URL field. Now what we have to do is we just have to click on this publish, and as soon as we're going to click on this publish, yes, with this we have successfully added the webhook URL in our Elementor account and created a connection between Elementor and Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now you can notice that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission /record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. Alright, so what we have to do is I'm just going to open the form I connected right now, and we have to go towards this preview changes of this form. So we're going to do the test submission as demo user. Let's say that for the first name I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user, email as demo user 555@pabblytudes.com, and this as the mobile number. And now I'm just going to click on this send right over here, and yes, you can see your submission was successful. So now what has happened is that Elementor has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow, and yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see the same name which we entered, you can see the same mobile number and the email which we entered. And now using these same details only, I'm just going to create a new registrant in my GoToTraining account too. So for that we have to move on towards our action step after completing our trigger step successfully. What I want is I want to create GoToTraining register on Elementor Form submission. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as GoToTraining. So I'm just going to search for GoToTraining right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we have to select it as create registrant and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your GoToTraining account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this blue button which says connect with GoToTraining. Alright, and as soon as we're going to click on this connect with GoToTraining, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our GoToTraining account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the training for registrant. So here you can see that this is the training I want to create this automation for. So I have to select the same. Now it is asking me for the email, the first name and the last name of registrant. Okay, so we're going to enter the same details which we received in the response of our previous step. You can see that this is the email which we have received, right? So we're just going to enter this same email right over here in my GoToTraining too. So I'm just going to enter the email, but I'll let you know that we are not going to enter the email like this manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Elementor as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm just going to map the email right over here. I'm just going to open the response of my previous step, and as you can see email, so we're going to map it. Same we are going to do with the first name too. I'm just going to map demo, and same we're going to do with the last name too. Now after entering all of these details, we just have to click on this save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully added a new registrant with these details into our GoToTraining account. So I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account and we're going to refresh this registrants page in order to check for a new registrant added. And yes, over here you can see a new registrant has been added. You can see the same registrant name which we entered, which is demo user, and you can see the same email address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Elementor, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Further, Pabbly is going to create a registrant in my GoToTraining account too with the same details which we received in the form submission of Elementor. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on this save and send test request button. This workflow is going to run in backend and all the registrant will be created in real time automatically without any manual efforts. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.